Hey guys, Ken Kaplan here from the New England Motorcycle Museum. This is an extremely rare piece. This is a 1986 Ninja 600. This is the first year of the perimeter frame. Was the completely new technology. Also has a 16 valve, 4 valve per cylinder head on it. This one has just had a complete frame up restoration. Clearly a labor of love, because if you bought the bike into our shop and asked us to do it, 90 hours later and thousands of dollars of parts, you'd have a $10,000 invoice for a bike that's worth $5,000. So that's why I call it a labor of love. The guy that did this did it as a hobby and did an amazing job on it. It took him over a year to do it. He took the bike right down to the frame, had the frame professionally painted, the original silver color, went through the thing front to back, top to bottom. As far as the motor's concerned, he completely dismantled it and rebuilt the transmission on it. So the guy who built it works at a Yamaha dealership, so he's a professional mechanic. This is something he's done for many, many years, and did this as a side job for himself out of his house. So bike's currently registered and currently being ridden. It only has 20,000 miles on it. The plastics and paint are the original, which is pretty remarkable to look this good.
So we say it's a restoration where mechanically it's been completely gone through, runs and rides like a brand new bike, actually better with some of the modifications that we'll cover. But it's the factory bodywork that's been on it since the very beginning, with the exception of the gas tank. So the bike shows impeccably.
And clearly that's why he chose to do it, because it was such an original, beautiful specimen, but it's a ridiculous amount of work. The fuel tank was in mint shape, didn't have any rust issues inside of it, so that was a good sign. When he dismantled it, he dismantled, rebuilt, and sonic cleaned the carburetors and put them back together and did a complete tuning of the carburetors to work with the Advanced Hines exhaust, the jetting and everything. So it was rebuilt from the frame up, completely dismantled of the frame and all the attachments. Has brand new steering head bearings in it, has a brand new set of tires front and rear. The actual restoration has less than a couple hundred miles on the complete job. New brake rotors and pads front and rear. The calipers were rebuilt front and rear. The brake lines, if you take a look at them, they're new, upgraded, braided, steel braided brake lines. The master cylinders, both of them were completely rebuilt. A brand new clutch cable, new throttle cables.
Well, let's stop right there. I want to put an emphasis on the braking.
Yeah, please do. They're beautiful.
It's got the triple disc brakes, and with the braided stainless lines, there's no brake lines expanding. It's super tight, and the feel is incredible. It stops on a dime.
The rotors appear to be brand new. I think they are also, and I'm not sure if the forks are repainted, but it looks like they were. They're in impeccable condition. They may be original paint though. So, but certainly brand new, all new crush washers, lines, pads, rebuilt calipers, rebuilt master cylinder.
I mean, everything you see from here up is brand new.
So, also the fork seals were replaced on the forks, and the forks are completely rebuilt.
Which need to be done on every bike that's 30 years old.
And the rear shock is actually a new shock. It's a new rear suspension linkage and a brand new shock. So the wheel bearings, when he had it off and he did the tires, put brand new wheel bearings front and rear. And actually the rims, do a real close up on the rims, because I think it's pretty remarkable that they were powder coated front and rear. And that has a brand new chain, and both front countershaft and rear sprockets were installed. Has a brand new battery, brand new air filter, new grips, new bar end mirrors, has a brand new smoked windscreen, and a brand new set of mirrors on it. So, come on, I mean, first of all, to find a shop that can even do this kind of work, good luck. They're few and far between. And if you did ask a shop, okay, I want my classic 4-cylinder bike completely dismantled, rebuild the transmission, go through the carbs, clutch, paint the frame, put new tires, brakes, powder coat the wheels, we would ask for a $5,000 deposit on a job like that. This is a 100-hour job to dismantle a bike like this. If everything goes smoothly, to completely dismantle a 4-cylinder bike, rebuild the training and redo it, and while you're at it, throw in a Vance & Hines full exhaust system, not just the slip fit muffler. Throw in a Vance & Hines exhaust and an upgraded set of tires. And while you're at it, why don't you put some stainless steel braided lines on it, new grips, new mirrors, and a new screen. It's a $10,000 job if you can find anybody to do it. That's why I say it was a labor of love.
Just cleaning the carbs without adjusting any jetting is an 8-hour job by any competent shop, and it's becoming harder and harder to find technicians Actually, the
They
kids
even
in school
know
don't
how
even
to
get
work
taught on how to work on carbureted
Oh,
super
sure.
bikes. So
So this guy that we got the bike from is one of the benefactors of the museum and fans of what we do.
Steve's an awesome guy. He came down and actually it took me about a week to follow up with his email, but he held the bike for us. He's gonna watch this video. And Steve, thanks for hooking us up with this thing. I know we put about 20 miles on the bike in the shop here, and a few of the boys in the shop rode it, and they love this bike. Kyle's looking at it. He might even place a bid. But
Two thumbs up on this restoration because I know how much work it takes to do one, and obviously he's a professional. He didn't cut any corners on the quality.
it was a labor of love. He did it over this past winter, and I mean, it's done to a high level. He didn't cut any corners, like you said.
It's way too clean to take out in the rain. When you hop on this bike, the fit and finish, all the nut and bolts, there's no rust. There's no degradation of the quality on the master cylinder. The gauges look brand new. All the turn signals work beautifully. All the gauges look like they just came out of the box. The windscreen's brand new. The mirrors are brand new. The grips are brand new. The levers look brand new. It's just literally, it's like a time machine. Hey, the roads aren't bad. I want to do a drive-by. Want to hop on?
Yeah.
The roads are fine. I thought they were wet, but it's not bad at all.
We can ship the bike anywhere in the States. Message us your zip code for a quote, or even internationally. Ask us about that. And we can also offer financing. Call the shop line and ask to speak with Cody to discuss. Absolutely no excuses. Well thought out refresh. Steve had planned to ride the bike, but he's getting up there in years, and this thing's fast, and it's an absolute race machine. I think it was a little much for Steve. With the Vance and Hines, the thing sounds crisp. So guys, your insurance, your property taxes, the registration on the bike is going to be substantially less than a new sport bike, because it is a classic at this point. The IRS actually views classic motorcycles as an investment that you can write off.
Certainly runs just as good as it looks and shifts beautifully. The brakes are ridiculously powerful. You can easily lock them up and do a stoppie on this thing. How fun would it be to use this as a daily rider to get to work and back?
like to take it to the beach or down Reservoir Road with all the corners. This thing will be a blast. Top speed's 122 miles an hour is what it's rated for. About a 12-second in the quarter mile. It's a very light bike, only about 450 pounds. So you don't have to be...
That'll beat most cars on the road. Actually, all the cars on the road.
Oh yeah, there's no cars are going to beat this thing unless they're spending $100,000 or something like that on. And it's a beautiful classic that's only going up in value. Your registration, insurance, and taxes are going to be peanuts. It's going to cost you nothing to own it, and it's a great investment. So how can you go wrong? You gonna walk up or you want to ride up? The rear shock's brand new on it. Unbelievably nice. Everything's new. The wheel bearings, the shocks, the tires. It's got a beautiful exhaust. The exhaust system alone new is over 700 bucks. So this is an excellent value. This is a bike that's going to go up in value from here on out. It's an investment quality classic and it's been completely restored. All you got to do is throw it back, plug it in on a battery tender so the battery doesn't go dead if it's going to sit. Keep fresh fuel in it and you're golden.
Good luck bidding, guys, and God bless America.